Hi, welcome home! aka welcome back to my channel. Hi, I'm Emma! I tried to film this video the other day and I had a nervous breakdown halfway through and I had a dinner to get to, so I didn't have time to give myself a minute, so I had to keep getting ready and go. Now I have no excuse. So I refuse to give up on this video because I think I've learned quite a few things this year about how I want to do my makeup and how people in 2023 are doing their makeup, but also rebelling against what people tell me I should do and doing things that are suiting my actual features. First thing, I'm gonna put some Vaseline on my lips because that's what the dermatologist on TikTok told me to do. Swipey wipey done. But it comes in a stick now and I think that's awesome. So you just do a little swipey wipey lip balm situation. And I'm obsessed with this. I use a Real Technique sponge. I'm over the Beauty Blender, I'm gonna be honest. I like the flat surface. I don't use full coverage foundation per se. I usually use a mix of the Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer and the Milk Makeup Flex Foundation Stick. This is in Creme and this is in Cameo. And that's because, I don't know, it's lighter. I don't want to wear full coverage foundation anymore. I did that in high school all the time. And I used to put green color corrector all over my face because I was insecure about my redness. So now I'm more just trying to even out the tone, and I'm done with trying to hide the redness because it's there and it's not going anywhere, unfortunately. So this is ridiculous, don't laugh at me, but I literally cover the back of my hand with that, and then I do a little shloop of tinted moisturizer. I don't use any primer anymore. I used to use primers and I just don't know. I think skincare is enough for me. So I do that and I have this mixture. This is kind of a mix between a pink tone and a neutral tone. When I got my colors matched in Korea, she like scanned my skin like they do at Sephora, and she was like, so you are a pink tone, obviously. Like, she didn't need to tell me that, but she was saying I could wear neutral shades of makeup to try and cover up my redness. And I was already doing this first, but it kind of made sense to me why I use a mix, because I'm kind of matching my skin tone, but I'm also trying to kind of even out the redness. And I was kind of just doing it without even knowing. So I think that's pretty clever of me. It's also like, she told me my season and that I was a cool tone. And I kind of already knew I was, even though I didn't know I was. Like, I was picking, like, I love wearing blue. I pick a ton of blues, and I was avoiding oranges, so like colors that don't really suit me. So intuitively, I was already kind of picking the colors that are in my season, if that makes sense. The full video is on my channel if you want to see her like explaining the jewelry colors and stuff like that. It was really cool experience, and I would definitely recommend it to anybody who can afford it or find one near them, or if you're going to Korea. So this is kind of the base. As you can see, I'm not masking all the redness here. I am just kind of evening some of the blotchiness, the color, whatever the heck I'm talking about, I don't really know. I use these two concealers. I use the, we all know, the Instant Age Rewind in Fair. This is normally what I use for my under eyes, and I use this e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer Satin Finish in beige, fair beige. And this is more what I use for my pimples. It's more of like a neutrally pinky shade. Here's the thing. I feel like for me and a lot of people, no matter how we apply our concealer, no matter how much we bake it, set it, unless you're like a professional, your crease is a greedy little mother and it's pulling that product into the crease no matter what. So this might blow your mind. I don't put it in the crease. Now, this might not work for your eye, like discoloration, but for me, the discoloration isn't where my crease is anyway. So why am I putting product there just for it to gather in my crease and be a nuisance to me? So lately I've just been putting it in the inner and outer corners, and I feel like a lot of people are doing this now where they're just really light with the concealer. And I've seen a lot of befores and afters of people doing the old triangle technique and putting the concealer all up in there and then doing a more targeted technique. And it really does just look better. It looks more natural. It's less cakey up in that crease. Like, I don't know. I think people have got it right. So I do it like that. And then I will quickly do my pimples. I always, for pimples and under eyes, this does not have a brand on it. This is so old, I have no idea what it is. But it's like more of a dense buffing brush. So I will work in the concealer, trying to avoid going too far in, and just like buffing it up here where it's dark, around here, and then just kind of fading it out around my eyes so it looks more natural and blended in. And you know what? Even if there is still discoloration around my eyes, I don't even care anymore. At this point, my priorities are so not to just cover up everything about my face. Like, it's how my face is. Like, I don't want them to be like super dark, but I feel like I just look weird if I cover up too much of everything. And when I got my colors done, I don't know what basis this has on anything, but she was like, for your season, natural glowy makeup looks best. And I don't know why my season reflects that, but okay, whatever you say. That's what I wanted anyway. You know, it's kind of problematic because I'm a bit of an oily girl, so being glowy and dewy is kind of tricky, but you know, since when did I care about what was good for me? Here's another trick. When you're blending in the concealer around your eyes, I've been using this Laura Mercier like brightening eye powder, and I just kind of take some off the lid. But when you're blending it in, you can have the tiniest bit of powder so that it's setting it while you're blending it in before it has a chance to kind of settle in any lines or creases. This is something you have to do with like a very light hand though, because too much powder and you're gonna set it so much that you won't even be able to blend it. And it, like, just trust me, it's a disaster. But if you have just a little bit, it's achieving that goal of setting while you're blending, as opposed to setting it before you blend, and then it's like a problem. And that's also given the concealer on my face and pimples a chance to set, if you will, so that it kind of covers the redness a bit better. Does that make any sense? You can also, this is a really good trick for if you have big pimples that you're having trouble covering up, is also that powder trick while you're blending it in, because it will be more likely to cover it up instead of blending out too thin. And I definitely do that because we're talking red pimples on top of red face. So here's the thing. In North America, typically, we really like warm tone makeup. We like bronzed, tan look. We love that. Here's the problem for very fair, cool tone skin types like me. Generally, warm tones don't look good on us in clothes, and the same applies for with makeup. So it can make you look muddy or a little orangey and not tanned and beautiful. Ideal beauty type, if you will, which, whatever. That's the problem with cool toned people like myself. In Korea, most of their contour bronzer shades are very cool tone. So this is the Too Cool Artclass powder, for example, and look at that. This is very cool tone. If you can't really tell the difference, let me show you. If looking at that doesn't really mean anything, this is the butter bronzer that we sell in Canada. So this is warm tone, this is cool tone. Can you see how much of a warmer shade this is? So I've always struggled with bronzing because I didn't think it looked very good on me. So I'm abandoning that tan look completely. I remember wanting to be, like being young, wanting to be tan and beautiful. I like my pale skin. I like slathering on the sunscreen, being a little marshmallow. I like that. So when I'm contouring, I used to use this Milk Makeup like bronzer stick in Baked. Now I use the Milk Makeup Sculpt stick in Toasted. This is a cool tone. So like you can see again, warm tone, cool tone. So I focus more on a natural sculpting with a true contour shade, which means it's not warm. True contours are cool shades. So I put this here. I'm gonna sneeze. I put a little bit here. Although I've actually heard that contouring your jaw in some people can make like more of a double chin effect, but I don't know. And I've been doing this forever and I'm not about to change without somebody telling me or showing me why. So these are where I put, oh, wait, nose. Also, can somebody tell me how to contour my nose? Because I know how a lot of people contour their nose, but I have more of a bulby nose. So I just feel really clueless and lost about how to best contour this. This is really not a lot, but I'm going for a more natural look today. and in general. So this is not a lot of product. And I'm really working this into the hairline because I'm a blonde naturally. So I have that sparse area around my hairline. Now, for the sake of this video, I'd like to show you how this looks like this. And then I'm going to add some of the bronze shade just to show you what it kind of looks like when I add that warm tone on here. I don't think it looks like all that bad. I'm adding it a little higher, but it's definitely, I need the true contour in addition. I can't just do warm shades on their own. It doesn't look good on me. I'm adding lower. I just don't think it does. So I do it a bit above the contour here and a bit below the hairline where I put the sculpting shades there. And this is more where you would put bronzer. It's very rare that we actually have true contour shades in our kind of makeup market these days. It's just like we idolize that bronze tan look so much. I'm tripping over my words today. That we kind of don't have true contour shades anymore, but I feel like they're kind of coming back. So I'm gonna come back, and I'm not fully done with this contour bronzing situation yet. I didn't bake my under eyes. I used the Laura Mercier brightening powder, and I usually kind of do like a mini bake under my eyes because I just want it to like bake and brighten my under eyes a bit. Stupid. But I recently ordered the Charlotte Tilbury. I really can't speak. I'm just nervous, you guys. I'm nervous to share my makeup with you. And I've been talking and not breathing. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish in Fair Pale. And I've been seeing this on TikTok a lot of people getting close up and they're like, watch my pores disappear. And they do it and it's like, whoa. So this is new to me. I can't vouch for it yet, but I am currently trying it out. And I'm just gonna put it on my fluffy brush and kind of start working it into my T-zone first. Now I'm jumping back into the contour and bronzer. I'm using that same Artclass Too Cool. Just putting that where I had put the contour previously. And then I'm taking a bit of that butter bronzer just because I'm showing you guys today. I don't usually use bronzer. I have a bit of a bigger forehead, so I often will work my contour and stuff. I'll work it into the top of my forehead. Because I have red skin, my neck is often a very different color than my face no matter what I do. Sometimes I will use bronzer or something on my neck to try and match the color. It's just what I gotta do. I'm like rushing and I don't really need to. So this is kind of my face base. Next I'm gonna do my eyebrows. I used to use this Anastasia Brow Freeze Pot. I've tried the Anastasia, like the label's not even on it, thing. I don't like Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm just gonna say it. I used to use that eyebrow pencil religiously because everybody told me it was the best. It broke. I am not joking you. Every single one that I bought, the spoolie broke off. I would have to tape that sucker together. I am so angry that I spent so much money when I hate the brow products. I hate the gels. I hate the pencil because it always breaks. I tried moving to a drugstore pencil. I didn't love it. So now I'm using the Hourglass Arch Brow Micro Sculpting Pencil in Soft Brunette. That's really pretty true to my color. And guess what? I bought this several times. The spoolie has never broken off. It's about the same price, but it's not a piece of crap. That's what I like about it. I've blacklisted Anastasia Beverly Hills from my makeup routine, probably. So for me, I focus on kind of adding a little bit on the inner brow and then filling in my bald spots here and just shaping. So you know, it's hard to teach somebody how to do their brows because they're like, everybody's brows are different. My brows are definitely sisters and not twins. Actually, maybe they're more like stepsisters. They kind of look like shit today, if I'm being honest. Oh, this is not a good brow day. I'm not having fun right now. So you're wondering now, well, if you hate Anastasia so much, what brow gel are you using? I'm using the 4Brows Major Brow Lamination Gel in Clear by Patrick Ta. Why are makeup so long? The reason I'm using this is because I was so sick of Anastasia brow gels that I went into Sephora and I said, Bestie Pop, please help me. What's a good brow gel? I hate Anastasia. and she was like, fair. How about this one? But she said it dries out fast, so get the mini, which is what I'm using, instead of the big one. And I really quite like the, hello. I'm a YouTube girly, look. I quite like that it has like an different angle edge to the spoolie. On most days, I would probably just use that Artclass contour just to like add a little something to the crease. But if I do feel like using something, I use the Just Peachy palette. I've had this for forever. Admittedly, it is more warm tones, but I really like this dark chocolate color and I use it a lot. We are entering another lesson that I've learned this year about how to do my eyes, okay? So I still kind of do my crease the same as like you normally would. But I've changed how I do the bottom of my eyes because one, I wear glasses, and two, I think I have rather small eye like situation. So I want to work on making them kind of appear a bit bigger, especially under glasses frames. It's hard to make the eyes stand out. So here's kind of what I've been doing, and I'm gonna show you while I do it and explain why. First, I'm just going to do like what I normally would with eyeshadow in the crease and stuff. I've been using some of the techniques that I've been seeing more in like Chinese makeup, like TikToks that I sometimes randomly get. And it will be like how they have been doing their makeup. And it's kind of them doing what's kind of cool in China right now. Honestly, probably Korea too, I've been seeing it. But it's also kind of that same idea of making your eye appear bigger than it actually is. So I've employed a few techniques to suit my like eye shape. So I just kind of take some inspiration. I'm gonna show you how I'm perceiving my eyes right now. I think that it looks top heavy in the upper crease, and in the lower lash line crease, I feel like it goes up and it gets lost. And I think it makes my eye look smaller. I don't know how true this is or if it's just something I'm telling myself about my eyes. So I take that dark brown color down here and I dip my little angled brush, wipe it off a little. And I'm gonna try my best to show you what I do here. I start out here, out to the edge of my eye, and I drag it in and connect it. I'll take more of a tapered brush and I just blend it out really softly. I take that same tapered brush and I dip back into that dark color, and I'll work it a bit on the outer upper crease now. So can you see now what I've kind of tried to achieve here? I'm not done. I've had this for forever. It's the Touch Insole Metalist Liquid Foil Glitter Shadow Duo, whatever. I use this liquid side and I will wipe it off and I put it in the inner corner here. I forgot to do highlighter. I'm realizing in this moment. So I'm gonna put some highlighter in the inner corners here. I can't believe I forgot to do highlighter. It's ridiculous. I mean, it doesn't really matter when you do it, in my opinion. I think that this is not too intense and too glittery to not use one of these for. I don't need no feather brush. I use a fluffy brush. The lady said glowy and I said, okay, I'll be glowy. Now, because I already did my brows before I did this, I am gonna use one of those, whatever the heck brushes. And I'm gonna dip a little bit in both. And I'm doing below and above my eyebrow. And I'll tell you what, I like it like this. I just like how it looks. It's not too intense, but it's adding some glow to my face. So now you've seen how I do the eyeshadow on this eye. I'm gonna do the other eye, okay? And then I'm back with Fenty Beauty. Did I say this is Kilowatt? I've had this for forever, it lasts forever. And I'm using the shimmery side on the top of my lid. It's just simple. She's simple. If I'm feeling funky, I use some pink glitter too. Crazy. Now we're doing eyeliner. This is Super Black by Superhero No Tug Gel Liner. This may be It Cosmetics. I always do my upper lash line. Always, 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 always. Always. I think this makes a huge difference. I honestly don't think a wing looks that great on me, but I just can't let it go now. I've loved a wing for so many years. So I'm using the Heroine Makeup Prime Liquid Eyeliner in, I don't know, the dark brown one. I got this in Japan. I'm not good at wings, who is? And if you are, I don't trust you. But I try to follow the shape of my eye, but also round it a little because that's just the shape that looks better on my eye. And I try to follow the line and flick, like it's chaotic. It does not go well half the time. Ready? And then I assess. And it looks bad. Oh my God, it looks bad. Okay, next eye. You know what? Here's a life lesson. Sometimes life. That's all. Sometimes life. No, sometimes life is about embracing the bad. Okay? So what do we think? Yeah, me neither. So before I do lashes and lips, I'm going to use the Morphe setting spray. Okay, I hate this part. I see my life flash before my eyes every time I put this near my face. I am terrified of this contraption, and I refused to use it for many years, but my eyelashes point straight out, and there's not very many of them. So if I don't get a perm, which I'm not gonna do, this is the only choice for me. And I'm not wearing falsies, I'll tell you that. So I have to curl them. Before I do that, I'm gonna tell you the mascaras I like. I like the Covergirl Full Lash Bloom, and my favorite is the Better Than Sex. And I used to have the glitter encrusted one, the special edition, and then I ran out of that and I got the butterfly one. So I love the special edition ones. And I'm going to get the brown one because the brown chocolate, whatever the heck one, came out recently. And the reason I'm using brown eyeliner, brown mascara, is because it was the same thing that she told me at my color match. Was she said black was too harsh for my fair skin. It didn't look very good on me. So obviously that applies to my makeup as well. So she said things like brown mascara and makeup is a lot better for me than black, but I haven't bought it yet, so I'm still using black. I'm going to use this death trap now. Oh, I genuinely get afraid. There's real fear. I'm ripping all my eyelashes out. She is not I'm like shaking. My breath is shaking. I use this. I just like this one best because I need both volume and length. Oh! I'm gonna do a second coat, but I just got it everywhere and now I'm pissed. If I could get lash extensions and they were magically free and I didn't have to sit in that chair for hours, I would already have them. I used to never put mascara on the inner corner of my lower lash line, and I don't know why. Nobody ever told me not to. I just decided on my own that it looked bad on me, and I think I was wrong. This is also the benefit of not really putting concealer there, is that I can clean up mistakes much easier without wiping away my skin. My favorite product to carry around for my lips is like the Winky Lux like color changing lipstick. I'll put a photo up because it's in my purse and I don't have it. When I'm not, I really like this, the Healthy Lip Velvet Finish by Physicians Formula, but this is a bit too red for me, so I wish I could get a different shade, but sometimes I use this. Other times I use the Fenty Beauty gloss. So I prefer a glossy look. That again is good with that glowy makeup look, is doing glossy looks. So I prefer that lip balm I have in my purse, but because I don't have it with me, I'm going to use this Physicians Formula and kind of give myself a lip lift because I have small lips. And this I find stays rather well. It's almost like a lip stain or like a liquid lip. So I do top and the bottom of my lip. Pat it out a little. This is Fussy in the Gloss Bomb, and I use this on the arch and the center bottom lip. And then I put some glasses back on, and I take my ear out. Oh my god! I feel cute. Okay, I'm gonna show you in some better lighting. Follow me. This is Natural Light. I feel like it looks good. My neck is a different color, proudly. No, if I was going out, I would fix that. I think this looks cute. This is not my room, by the way. Those are not mine. I think this looks cute. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. It means the world to me that you do. I'm not a makeup girly. I'm just a girly who does makeup. So I hope you maybe got something out of that. I actually had a lot of fun filming this. I'm really glad I gave it a second shot. So thank you so much. I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Tell me how to contour my nose in the comments. Bye. Okay, wait, get a quick look at that like shiny under eye. I just feel like it slaps. You seeing that?